Hey fam, Ahliyah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where I will be reviewing, swatching, and creating this look using the new Morphe 24G Grand Glam palette. I did buy this palette with my own money. Morphe did not send me this palette. Your girl spent her own coin and this palette came shattered in the mail, you guys. Girl, this filming day just started off a mess, but you know, we got it together. I pushed that aside. I didn't let that ruin my mood. So in the order of this video, I will swatch the palette, create this look, and then give my final thoughts at the end of the video, but I will also give you some thoughts during the tutorial. So if you are interested in seeing me review, swatch, and create this look using the Morphe 24G Grand Glam palette, then without further congé, let's delve right into this video. Okay, you guys, so this is what the packaging of the Morphe 24G palette looks like. It retails for $29, and this, you guys, is my shattered palette. I was so irritated, I was so annoyed, but you know, I worked through it. So let's swatch it. For the first row, we have the shade Crystal, and then we have the shade Glazed, we have the shade Dream, we have the shade Chewy, we have Marble, Spiffy, and that is it for row 1. Oh my gosh. For row 2, we have Creamer, Frenchy, we have a mojo or mojo, whatever you want to call it. We have glitz. We have brassy, mooch, and the last, row 3, we have glossy. Oh my gosh, we're moving fast. We have Sheba. We have steady, boxy. We have magic. And lastly, sunshiny. Moving on to row 4. We have baked. We have the shade pitch, flirty, richest, brew, and brownie, and that is it for the palette. Okay, so as you guys saw when I opened the palette, it came shattered, but I was annoyed. But you know, I'm not gonna be annoyed. I'm not gonna let that ruin my mood, because girl, it was all over the packaging that it came in. It was all over the palette. I had to clean up. Girl, actually, let me just read the box to you guys, okay? Because I found it interesting that they said a few of these shadows can double as face highlight. So let's read it, okay? Let's read it together. 24 supersized shades that'll wow 24/7. It's time to go big or go home. Rock endless looks with 24 crazy, creamy, powerfully pigmented eyeshadows. Okay, Morphe? Day or night, wet or dry, these neutral and bronze shades go the distance. And since a Morphe bae loves to play, they know that's right, we size these matte and metallic wonders up to 2.2 times for double the pleasure. So their normal shadow pan size, this one is 2.2 times that amount. Okay, this is what it said double duty. These eyeshadows can give you highlight high that works for your complexion, glazed, fair to light skin tone, crystal, medium skin tone, and dream, which are the first 3 shades in the palette. So those first 3 shades can double as highlights. So we're going to test her out. I just first off have to say, Morphe really stepped it up with this formula. This formula, even the mattes are buttery. The metallics are buttery, like wow, you guys saw what I swatched. It was so pigmented, so smooth. Morphe really stepped it up. I'm really impressed. I really like the big shadow pans. I'm here for it. I'm here for the new formula. I'm here for the upgrade in shadow formula, like a buttery matte, a buttery metallic. It's like every single shadow in this palette had the same rich, creamy, buttery formula, very pigmented, very opaque, and I'm here for it. Okay, so I already like this palette as far as formula, as far as pigmentation. Girl, you can do a neutral eye, you can do a very pinky eye, an orange eye, a sultry eye, a smoky eye. There's so many looks you can do with this palette. We have magentas, we have oranges, we have pinks, we have red, like brick red, we have browns, we have metallics. The possibilities are endless. So I really feel like I'm going to use this for Valentine's Day as well. So when I do a Valentine's Day tutorial, I will use this palette. Anyways, let me stop talking. Let's get into creating this eye look. So I'm going to take the shade Creamer with my Morphe M208 brush. And we're going to put this onto our brow bone. Oh yeah, it's basically my exact like skin complexion. Just gonna put that on our brow bone. I did not set my lid base. We're gonna keep that not set. We're just gonna set our brow bone area, which I've been liking to do lately, if you have been on my channel for a minute. Okay, we are more up close and personal so you guys can see what I'm doing. So Creamer is a very nice blurring shade. It may not be a brow bone highlight for lighter complexions, like it basically matches my exact skin tone. But she's cute, she's creamy, she's buttery. Alright, I'm going to take the shade Frenchy with a Morphe E27 brush. And we're going to use that as our transition shade. This is kind of like a mustard brown, you know? Yeah, Morphe really stepped it up with this palette. Like, wow, it's so buttery. Like, you would honestly think this was a high-end palette. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Just a very, even high-end palettes, like even Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows aren't even this buttery and creamy. I'm here for affordable things, making you feel high-end, making you feel bougie, making you feel luxury. You know what I'm saying? I am here for affordability that's bougie. Affordability, girl, what is wrong with me today? Affordability that's just luxury, bougie, high-end vibes, so we can look like a baddie on a budget. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the shade Mojo. It's a deeper like milk chocolate brown, and I'm taking a Morphe E17 and I'm just going to pack that like directly into the crease. And I'm taking our Morphe E27 and just keeping this blended and diffused. Okay, so we have our kind of crease color shade, whatever. I really think I want to deepen up like the inner eye socket area, but I just don't want to mess up. But let's just do it. I'm gonna mix the shades Brew and Brownie both. Brew is like an espresso, and Brownie is more like a cool toned, very cool gray brown. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Morphe R41 brush and I'm just like going to like deepen up like my inner eye socket where like my nose contours kind of starting, kind of like into how that looks. It just looks so avant-garde. These shadows blend so beautifully into one another. That's what I love. That's what I'm here for. Shadows that blend beautifully into one another, that are all formulated the same, so they just blend into each other the same. There's not like some weird blending going on. And I'm just going back in with the E17 and just diffusing this edge. I'm like, are you here for this? Like, oh my gosh, oh my girl. And I'm just taking a Morphe G17 brush, which is like my favorite diffuser kind of brush. and just diffusing these edges. Okay, I really want to dibble and dabble into this like brick orange shade. It's called Brassy. Okay, so I don't really want to cut my crease because I don't really feel like dealing with concealer, so let's hope it looks good without doing that. Because they're so buttery, I feel like I wouldn't even have to. So I'm going to take this Morphe M167 brush, right? Okay. And I'm just going to like pack this onto my inner lid. Actually, might as well put this on like the first half of my lid and then deepen up the outer corner. That's what we're going to do. Put a shimmer on. Ooh, yes. Okay, so we have the lid color on. There is a shimmer shade in this palette. It's called Sunshiny. I feel like it's this exact same color, but just a shimmer. So I'm going to pop that like in the center lid and then put a lighter shimmer shade on top to give like, you know, a golden orangey center lid. Okay, so I'm taking a Morphe M508 and I'm just going to like place this shimmer shade in the center lid. Let me put just a little bit of powder under my eye because I feel like the shimmers will have just a little bit of fallout. Alright, now I'm going to go into the shade Crystal, which is the first shade in the palette. It's a beautiful gold color. I think I want to spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus for this. Oh my gosh, girl. Oh my gosh. I almost said another word, but I had to catch myself, y'all. Had to catch myself. I don't even care that my palette came shattered anymore. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we need to complete our eye by putting an outer corner shade. I wish they had an olive green shade because I feel like that would just look perfect, but they don't. So I think I'm just gonna mix two shades that are gonna be like somewhat deep. Let's mix the shades Mooch and Baked. Baked is kind of like a green brown, but it's not really olive, you know what I'm saying? And Mooch is kind of like a burgundy brown. So we're just gonna mix those two. I'm using the same Morphe E17 because I just liked the compact size of this brush. And I'm going to put this, or pack this, onto the outer corner. Okay, let's mix in Brownie, which is that cool toned brown. It needs to be a little darker. A moment of silence for this slayage. Oh my gosh, y'all, I wasn't even recording. Oh my gosh. But it's okay, we still have another eye. Okay, so let me just redo what I was just talking to myself this whole time. So I'm gonna mix the shades Brassy and Flirty in the palette. Flirty is like has a more red undertone, but I feel like Brassy and Flirty are like sisters. Okay, so I'm gonna mix them together. I'm going to take the Morphe M432 brush and drag that onto my lower lash line. And I'm just going to go into the shade Brownie and put that on the outer corner of the lower lash line just to create even more balance. And then I'm just going to take this Luxy Beauty 231 and diffuse the edges of the lower lash line. Okay, and to complete the eyeshadow, I want to take the shades Crystal and Glazed. They're the first two shades in the palette. We're going to pop that into our inner corner. And I'm going to be using the Sigma E30 brush. I feel like Crystal is a little too warm. And then Glazed, it's a little too cool for me. So if I mix them two together, it'll be bon-ass to tape. Oh wait, let me just spray a little bit of Fix Plus so this can really pop. I know it's not like for an everyday person, but when I review new palettes and when I try new palettes, I always like to try as many shades as I can and just be very creative with the makeup look I decide to create. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera, put on some mascara, put on some lashes, some blush, some highlight, some lipstick. Then I will close out this video and give my final thoughts on this palette. Okay, you guys, so this completes my look using the Morphe 24G Grand Glam palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, tutorial, and swatch video of this palette. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed this video. My final thoughts on this palette are that it's such a great palette, and I really hope Morphe continues to make their shadows with this exact same formula, because this formula is bomb. It's A1. Like, they're so creamy, they're so buttery. The mattes, the shimmers, literally every single shadow in this palette is buttery and creamy and smooth. Like, it's like it gives you a high-end vibe. Like, you would think this palette is $100. You would think this is a Natasha Denona palette. Okay, I think I said her name right. If I didn't, I'm so sorry, girl. You would think this is a $120 palette the way the formula is. So I really hope Morphe continues to make their palettes with this formula. Morphe is like, now they're stepping their game up. They're giving you affordability with bougie vibes, with luxury vibes, okay, with expensive vibes. And I'm here for it, okay? I am here for looking good on a budget and then not feeling like you're using cheap stuff, not feeling like you're using, you want to look glam on a budget, but you don't want to feel like you're using dollar store makeup, if you feel what I'm saying. And I love that Morphe is giving off that luxury high-end vibe while still being affordable. I will definitely be using this palette again in another tutorial. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using it in my Valentine's Day tutorial, so stay tuned for that video. And before I end this video, I do want to give a post notification shout out to Slay by Jade. Thank you so much for having my post notifications on, girl. I love you so much. I always see you in my comments supporting me, always showing me love, and I just want to show you or tell you, girl, that I appreciate you so much. So thank you for your love and support. If you would like an appreciation shout out in one of my videos, be sure to hashtag notification squad after your comment on one of my videos. Tap that bell to be notified of my future uploads, as I do upload about 2 to 3 videos every week. Subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you become one of the homegirls. I would love to have you on this makeup journey of mine. And until next time, always remember to serve, honey, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.